Okay, you guys, welcome to another week. We do weekly team trainings for team prosperity on our business model, components of the business model, high performance, all the things that will help you beat yourself, your internal and your external competition. Before we get into today's topic of training, real quick, last week, we actually took time to step outside the business model components and we did a training on organize to optimize. This is structuring your day and week for high performance in our business. That's in the library. If you need to watch that or your agents need to watch that to understand how to get themselves organized, time management, what to do, how to do it, when to do it, it's in there. So understand I'm doing this stuff for you guys, but I'm also doing this stuff for the people that come in after us. So this week, what we're going to be talking about is the daily power hour. It's kind of like a build out to last week's training. This is how to build a pipeline in 60 minutes a day. So I want to break things down for you guys as agents, your agents coming in to help them understand structuring focused prospecting time for clients and partners. One of our mentors on another platform, he has a block of time, even though he's at the highest point in the company every single day, where he makes calls, he does what he needs to, and nobody can bother him during that time. If you adopt this kind of structure and make sure you turn off the notifications, do what you need to do, don't get distracted. 60 minutes a day is plenty of time when used properly and efficiently to build a pipeline. So these are meeting goals for today. This is what I want to cover. This is what I want you guys to walk away with. The power hour for you guys, your agents, your agency build out should be a non-negotiable time block for growing your business. If you do this right, this single hour, these 60 minutes will keep your funnel full, your momentum strong, and your income rising. Today, what I hope that you guys take away and learn from this is how to break your power hour into 3 effective zones, the exact messaging strategies to connect with new prospects and partners, a rhythm. It's really important to get a rhythm going that you can repeat daily to stay organized and productive. Why is a rhythm so important? It's because your brain loves what it's already doing. So if you set it in a good rhythm, you don't have to worry about it. It will become a habit. And how to make this habit and how to create and make this into a habit that drives real results. So let's hop into it. Don't like to keep you guys for too long, but I do like to give you some information that you can take immediately away from this meeting, implement in your business for effective results. So this is the power hour breakdown, the 3-part formula. This is the structure that's going to give you confidence, and what's going to grow your results and give you results. It's consistency. It's not about doing something well for a day, a week, or even a month. Most people who've grown large businesses in this industry will tell you about a 3-month, 6-month, 9-month, 12-month run that they did that really took them to the next level, whether it's the traction, whether it's the growth, whether it's the scalability. You're going to go through a few of those during your career. If you miss out on those, you're going to be fine. You're same at the ground level that you always are. So the 20-minute new prospecting, this is 1/3 of the 60-minute block. If you're not prospecting, what happens? You have no funnel, you have no pipeline, you have nobody to talk to, you don't have a business, right? So this is very important. Reach out to new people daily using your chosen platform. I'm not telling you which one to use. You choose which one you like to use, which one you're on, which one you understand, which one you like the algorithm, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I don't care how you're prospecting, how you're reaching out. Just make sure you're doing it 20 minutes every day consistently and effectively. Don't just have random conversations with random people. This is one thing that I really see in the agency build out that will make or break your partner's ability to be successful. If everybody's just doing random stuff and they ask you, hey, what do you do for prospecting? Well, I just get on the phone, I just have random conversations with random people. No one's going to be able to learn that. So have direct messaging scripts, add new connections, engage on posts. Remember, showing interest in other people helps build interest in what you're doing. And then you have your example persona targets, homeowners, real estate agents, small business owners, warm market connection, referrals, or old contacts. Posted something about using video and cold outreach email in the Facebook group. Also posted, and we've done classes about how to build a whole agency just out of referrals. If you're not asking referrals, you're going to get 0. If you're not creating new contacts, you're going to have 0. So understand everything we're trying to teach is designed to help you build a pipeline over time that will have value, be rewarding, create revenue, create income for you. So 1/3 of your block, 20 minutes every day, has to be prospecting. The next block is a follow-up and lead nurture. If you created a lead and you don't follow up with that lead, did you ever really create a lead? Well, technically you did, but you really haven't, because it's just going to be there, just sitting there. Nobody's working it. Nobody's doing anything. It's more and more old and stale. Then pretty soon the person has no idea what you're even talking about. So 20-minute prospecting, 20-minute, another third, follow up and lead nurture. Open up your CRM. If you don't have a CRM, you need to get one. We have access to some on our side. If you've done enough in the agency where you feel like that you can use it effectively and not hurt the other people that are using it. So open your CRM or notes and follow up with people you previously connected with. Notes is really important. This is why a CRM is important. If I talk to you and then I come back to you and it's like I've never talked to you, I don't remember any part of our original conversation, it's like a dog chasing its tail. You're starting new conversations over and over and over again. So send gentle nudge messages or reopen conversations. Sometimes people just need to be nudged. If the automation's not going to do it, you need the manual nudge. You need the manual inputs to either push them to the point of disqualification or push them to the next action step, a call to action. And then confirm appointments, follow up with no-shows, answer pending questions. No-shows suck, guys, and I understand. You've done your job, you created a lead, you followed up with a lead, you nurtured the lead, you made the appointment, they don't show up. That sucks. However, you don't know why they didn't show up. They may have had an emergency. They may have, who knows? It's good to follow up, because if somebody booked an appointment, they at least have enough interest to book the appointment. So what do you want to do? We want to find out why they missed the appointment, try to get them rebooked, answer pending questions. So 20 minutes of prospecting, 20 minutes of follow-up and lead nurture. And then the last third of this block is what we call pipeline expansion. This is adding new leads to your pipeline from responses, group post, engagement. Remember, all of these things can be lead generation opportunities for you if you use them correctly. You're organized and you know how to take them from point A to point B into your CRM for follow-up and lead nurture. Post a short piece of content, testimonial, value point, video. Remember, people want to get to know you. Even on places like LinkedIn, I'm not saying start sharing personal stories and political stories. That's what's ruining LinkedIn, in my opinion. However, if you share how you get ready for a webinar, what you do during the day, the more of the personal stuff you share on a professional level, people like that stuff. So testimonials, value points, videos, get used to being uncomfortable, especially in the social media world. And then ask for referrals or check in with someone who gave you a soft maybe. Asking for referrals is how you get referrals. You know how many referrals you get if you don't ask? You get zero. So you have to get in the habit and the consistent habit of doing these things, because doing one of these things, it's not going to build a business. Doing two of these things, it's not going to build a business. The collection of all this stuff that we're teaching you will give you and your agents enough opportunity to create, nurture, and expand your pipeline. The DM script and messaging strategies. What I want you guys to do is I want you to start looking at the DMs that you get, looking at the messages that you get. Why would you not stop for a message? Why would you stop for a message? What is causing you to have a pattern interruption on the DMs or the messaging that you're receiving? If you're stopping and you're opening the email or reading the DM, ask yourself why. Take some notes. Why was this effective? Learn how to be a great communicator, whether it's written or whether it's oral. So this is DM scripts and messaging strategies. Your message should do all of these four things. It should spark curiosity, be simple and clear, avoid selling too early, and feel personal and helpful. Value-based propositions on the front side is what's going to help you open up and create general interest into lead generation. If you're not sparking curiosity, if you're not simple and clear, if you're trying to sell too early, if you're not feeling personal and helpful, it's just like every other message that you receive, I receive, everybody else receives, they ignore. You don't want to be ignored, because what good is a message if you sent it out and nobody reads it, nobody understands it, nobody feels the need to respond back to it or ask a question. So these are the things that your messages should do, not these long messages that go on and on and on. if you understand the attention span of people today, they're not going to read all this information. Short, to the point, with a clear call to action of what you want them to do and why. These are example scripts, and I'm not going to go into long examples. We can put this stuff in the Facebook group and I can help you guys, but example scripts are going to help you guys understand what to do, what not to do. And the cold market. Remember, cold market, a lot of people refuse to work the cold market. I'll work the cold market. I love the cold market because if you're effective, you can take cold market and you can create general interest and a more concerted interest in the lead generation and the calls to action and whatever it is that we're selling on the backside based on the solutions that we're bringing to the table for the problem. So the cold market, even though people label it as frigid, cold, hi, Joe, I work with people to help them convert debt to wealth using a simple two-step system. It's not for everyone, but it might find it helpful. Would you be open to a 10-minute call to see if it's relevant? Short, to the point, sparks curiosity. So this is what you want to do. Notice it's short, to the point. If I send somebody a cold message that goes on and on, introducing myself and all that I've done and the companies and the products and the services, delete. It's not going to get read. Nobody wants to read a bunch of words these days. Get to the point as short as you possibly can. What about the warm market? Let me make a statement about the warm market that you guys need to be helping your agents understand as they come in. The warm market is not just, hey, I'm in this business. I'm going to reach out to some family and friends. If nobody has any interest, I'm moving on. And the warm market is done. The warm market is what we call a walk of life. So it's not just about the initial outreach. It's about who you come across in your daily activities, in your daily life. It will be professional, personally, doesn't matter. So hi, Joe, just thinking of you, curious where you're at financially right now. I've got a great way to create more cash flow and protection without sacrificing your goals. You want to hear more about it? Clear, to the point. They may say no, they might not answer. They may say yes. Your job is to stay consistent with what you do and how you do it. And then referrals. Remember, referrals don't have to be at a certain point. Referrals can be asked for when value has been recognized. That can be in the education, that can be in the reports, that can be in the coaching, that can be at application time. Doesn't matter. It's going to be different from everybody. When that value has been recognized, they have that aha moment. Hey, quick question. Do you know any other homeowners, agents, or business owners who want to free up cash flow or eliminate debt faster like you're learning about right now? I'm offering, just like to you, free reports this week that could really help them. Oh yeah, my brother, my uncle. What is the cost of acquisition of a referral? It's zero, guys. And if you learn how to build your business and keep things going with referrals, your cost of acquisition gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper because those zeros are lining up with whatever the cost to manufacture the original lead. So if your lead costs you $50 to manufacture and you get 5 referrals off of it, well, that's watering down the cost of the acquisition because that vein continues on. If you never ask for the referral, you're going to find that your cost of acquisition will never lower unless you're doing things in the marketplace to make it happen. And then a bonus. We put something in the Facebook group about using Loom Video for email messages. The more personal you can be, the easier it is somebody to reach out and maybe ask a question, say yes, give you an affirmative answer. So use short 10 to 20 second voice messages to humanize the message. Use a casual tone with authenticity. People these days can smell out somebody who's fake, not authentic. So you want to be authentic in what you do, how you present yourself, your brand awareness, all of those things. But when you're looking at something that's working for people, follow it. Other marketers, if you look at something that's on an overwhelmingly basis not working, don't do it. Do the things that separate yourself from the crowd, and your open rates, your click rates, your affirmative answer rates will start moving up once you put about 90 days of marketing into a cycle, because up to about 90 days, all you're doing is data gathering. So if you're the type of person that likes to give up after 2 weeks with no results, don't even try any of this. All right, creating the habit. Power hour is a daily routine. It's one thing to learn. It's another thing to implement. It's another thing to create the habit. So creating the habit is going to put your brain on the repetition that you want to the point you don't even have to think about it. You know, I took up boxing in a 12-week year as a way to just get in better physical shape. I don't have to include it in anymore in my 12-week years because it's become a habit. That's what we're trying to do. Everything doesn't have to be on a list that you have to do each and every time once you create the habit, because now you're just doing it on a daily basis. It's routine, it's automatic, it's almost robotic. Making the power hour your discipline, these are the best practices. You want to choose, set, track, and have. Choose a consistent time, early AM before distractions, lunchtime, pre-evening, before you start to feel drained on the day, before your kids wear you down, whatever it is that's going on in your life. Look at your day-to-day living, professional and personal life. What do you do? What are your responsibilities? What's the best time for you really to get this stuff done? And then set a timer. Create a method. We went through these timing methods last week or the week before. We've done it several times, but a time management system. So how are you going to do it? Are you going to go 20, 20, 20, 25, 25, 10? Whatever it is, you're coming with energy, intensity, aggressiveness at the time you're going to work, and you back away. And that allows you to, when you get back in the chair, to have the same type of energy, intensity, and aggressiveness versus just sitting in the chair, working and getting gradually more tired, more lethargic. That's going to come out in what you do, how you say it, and it's going to have a direct impact on your results. Then track your metrics. How many direct messages did you send? How many responses did you get? How many book calls do you have? You're not going to know if your business is growing. You will know on the revenue side, that's money, right? But how is it growing before revenue recognition? Are you increasing your DM sent? Are you increasing your responses? Are you increasing your book calls? Because in this business and in life, you're either growing or dying. You're either expanding or contracting, right? So you have to make sure that your business is growing at all levels, even the small metrics before you get to the big metrics. And then have a dedicated workspace. No multitasking allowed. I used to love multitasking earlier in life until I found out that you can't do a lot of things good at one time. You can do one thing good at one time and then move on to the next thing. So if you guys are multitasking out there and you're effective with it, great. I'm not very good at it, so I killed it. I don't multitask anymore. This is what it should look like. Hey, I have a goal. Did I complete the goal? This is what we do in things like the 12-week year. We have goals, we have activity tactics, and then we measure it. How close did we get away, or how close or how far away did we get to our activities and tactics? That should be pushing us to our goals if we're hitting it. And then on the measurement, we have reflection. So keep tabs of what you do and you can chart it. And now I say, hey, if you were a stock, are you in an uptrend, downtrend? Are you flatlined? Would anybody invest in your business based on what you're putting into your business on a day-to-day basis? And then follow up rhythm equals the money. So if you create leads, that's half the battle. The other half of the battle is following up, being organized, and creating the revenue and income. If you're a good lead generator, I've seen this happen. If you create a lot of leads, but you have no type of organization, follow up, there's not a lot of revenue recognition. If you're not as good at creating leads, but you're very good at follow up, what you'll find is you'll make more money than the person who creates the most leads, because follow up is going to separate the high earners from the low earners, the big builders from the small builders. So here's some tips. Most sales happen after 3 to 5 follow-ups. How many times do most people follow up? A lot of people follow up 0. Most people follow up about 1 time. Very few people, once you get to the 2 to 3 mark, are following up. Beyond 3 separates the winners from the losers, because most sales are happening after a number of follow-ups. Why is the sale not made? Because most people don't follow up that much. So understand that you're not bothering people. You're following up for 2 purposes. Either to get rid of them, disqualify them. Disqualifying doesn't mean they stay over on the side and get stale till they have no value. It means that you're working them, and at some point you got to make the decision. This person is not willing to take the action step. They're not willing to help themselves. I can't want to help them more than want to help themselves. So follow up. And then mix your mediums. Don't just do the same thing all the time. Direct messages, emails, text, calls. Because when you do that, you're allowing your prospect or your lead to receive that information, their preferred method of communication. That way you can respond back in the same way. Revisit conversations 3, 5, 7, 14 days out. It's all about follow-up, staying in front of people, helping them then know that you got legit solutions that can change their financial lifestyle. And then you can be assertive without being pushy. So yes, we have a solution. If it works for them, we want to be direct with them, and don't feel pushy. Be consistent and polite, but stand your ground, understanding that if somebody's got an objection, rebuttal that doesn't make sense, yeah, we're going to clear that out. How do you make a sale on rejections and rebuttals? You handle them one by one. What's the first one? Okay, do we understand that one? That one's checked off the list. Guess what happens when they have no other rejections or rebuttals? The sale is made. So that's how you handle that. And then the reopen message. Hey, Joe, just want to circle back. Are you still interested in learning more about the strategy to eliminate debt and build cash flow? Let me know either way. Thanks. This is very, this isn't threatening. This is just asking, hey, Joe, what do you want? Do you want me to stop contacting you or do you want to learn more about this? I don't care. Let me know either way. Use tools like Go High Level or your CRM to automate reminders and tracking. Once again, if everything is left up to you, things are going to fall through the crack. You automate whatever you can automate for your business, and you concentrate on the IPAs, the income producing activity. So this is a recap of the meeting and the daily power hour challenge. This is what I want you guys to take away from this. The formula. Implement this formula into your business. 20-minute prospecting, 20-minute follow-up, 20-minute expand and post. This is the 60 minutes. 60 minutes equals 1 hour. 1 hour power hour every day gets it done. This is just like, hey, if I want to be an athlete, I can't skip the gym. I can't skip the ball field. I can't skip the training. Same thing here. If you want to be good at what you do in this industry, help your partners, help your clients, help yourself, learn and adapt this formula. And then on top of that, what we want to do is we want to, that one focused hour, it builds momentum every single day. When you go into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you work the weekends or not, doesn't matter. Guess what happens? You're doing it every day. So it becomes consistent, it becomes a habit, it becomes a routine. And now next thing you know, you've strung together weeks, months of this same power hour together. Watch what that does to your business. On the other hand, you ignore this power hour and you don't do these things, watch what happens to your business. So here's what we want to talk about. Your challenge. Time block your power hour starting tomorrow. Use the tracker. Share your results. Share them with us. Share them with your partners. You don't have any guys share them with us. Alana, myself, anybody you want to learn from, like we've always told you. Don't just go over to your strengths. Hey, I do this really well. Ignore your weaknesses. Wins, losses, strengths, weaknesses. We're going to learn from everything. And over the next week or so, after you're starting to do this, share this stuff with people. Hey, this is what happened today. This is what I'm struggling with. This is what I'm doing well with. And then get it refined, get it to the point that it's a well-oiled engine, and then teach other people how to do it. So Q&A and wrap up. The power hour process is the difference between always hunting and having people coming to you. You now have a blueprint. The rest is just execution. So it's not about the knowledge, it's about the execution, right? We always tell our clients that. It's not about the knowledge of how money works. You need to know that. But once you understand how money works, it's the execution of the strategy that's really important. When you do this daily, your pipeline will explode with opportunity, clients, and new partners. Let's get out there and own the hour that builds your business. Whatever hour that is in the day, whatever hour you decide, turn off the notifications, put everything down, concentrate, live and be great in that moment. So that's all we have for this week. We'll see you next week with more information on how to build your business and overcome challenges that you have, your partners have, your clients have, or you have overall agency build out.